Are you like many other people who dream of family life? Do you have dreams about your family life? Well, dreaming is very good. Somebody asked me, Uncle, what should I do to make the dream of my family life come true? That's a question. It's nice to have a dream about a beautiful family life. I'm sure that nobody dream about a miserable family life. Everybody has dreams of pleasant, beautiful, happy, lovely, meaningful, purposeful, fulfilled family life. But we all admit that all our dreams always do not come true. Is that because the dreams were very unrealistic? Or is it because we did not work for those dreams to come true? All great inventions, including people going to the other planets, all started out in a dream. The Wright brothers had dreamt about flying. It said that the first flight was shorter than the length of the plane they had. Yes. But that was the beginning. He did not stop there, he kept on working. So I encourage people to have good dreams, even about family life. But good dreams are not enough. You need to work to make your dreams come true. If I will ask you what are your dreams about family life, will you answer me? I'm not going to ask. Simply because if someday they don't come true, it will add to your sorrow. Well, some people definitely dream of a family life where there is perfect love, perfect in mutual respect, a husband who stands in the front, a good leader, a submissive wife, an excellent provider husband, an excellent helpmeet wife, for a romantic couple, family life, mutually enjoying, mutually encouraging, mutually adoring family life, faithful to the core of the heart, open and free in communication, compatible spiritually, physically, socially, temperamentally, personality-wise, educationally, a life where children are valued and loved, love the siblings, love parents, love friends, hospitable and helpful to others, well-groomed, aesthetic, gentleman and lady, responsible wife, healthy and clean family life. Well, if somebody is dreaming all these things, well, they are realistic, but you have to work very hard to make them come true. So that's the challenge I wanted to place before you, even at the outset. Have good dreams. Don't stop there. Be not a daydreamer, fantasizing all the time about this and that, but have meaningful dreams and work hard to make those dreams come true. You know, you can work hard and make these dreams come true. There are many gentlemen who are good leaders. There are many ladies who are very good, companions. There are many ladies who are trained to be responsible housewives and mothers. There are many men who are, responsible and able to take care of a family. Romance is very good. It's meant to be there. God wants the couple to be romantic. Men are not romantic, they are sexy or sex interested. Women are romantic. Mutually enjoying and encouraging and compatible people. All these dreams, none of them is beyond reality. But sad to say that most of those things are not realized by many couples. Once they start living frustrations, disappointments, complaints, tears, slam the door, close the door, the supper cooked is not eaten, one sleep on the couch, the tears, sighing all night. Why? Is it because the dreams were unrealistic? No. Because somehow, somewhere, failures come, people did not work hard to achieve their dreams. So I always encourage young people to have good dreams. Along with that good dreams, have hard work. If there is one thing that you can achieve only with hard work, I say that's marriage. Family life. I say that because I have been married, my wife and I have been married 45 years. And I will say that only hard work on our part brought us a very blessed family life, we say. Yes. One place where you have to be extremely careful and sensitive, caring, sober, is in the family. The other places you can walk away, right? You can get a transfer. You can even resign. But what do you do with family life? You cannot get a transfer. You cannot resign. You cannot run away. You are stuck with it. So that's why I said one place where you have to work extremely hard to make it joyful. Yes. So marriage and family life are beautiful, institution God has made, and it's meant to bring a lot of happiness and satisfaction to every one of us. And I hope that the things that I'm going to share is not to scare you, but to provoke you to dream and work hard to realize your dreams if you are not married. If you are married, still you can work hard and make your family life the most beautiful one. Yes. I only said a very brief introduction. I don't know whether you are already encouraged or discouraged. I'm a person who always wants to keep my expectations very high and then try to achieve it. Yes. But the things I expect are things I have a feeling that I can achieve them. And I cannot achieve, I don't dream about them because they don't make any meaning. I'm made for that. Yes. Well, sounds great, right? Doesn't it sound great? Have a good family, wonderful family. Now the question is, how we can have a family like that? I repeatedly made one phrase, hard work, hard work, hard work. When should you do the hard work? After you marry or before you marry? That's a question. I like to hear what you're thinking. To have a wonderful family life, the hard work should be before or after?
Always.
Always. So that means you have to start working before. How much before?
As much before.
There is a saying, and it's a true saying, your parents are living today your family life. You know that? Your parents are living your family life today. Unless You knowingly reject that family life and decided we are going to have a different kind of family life. Even if you decide that the influence of your family, your parents, come in unknowingly. After you marry, you men going to behave with your wife exactly like your father behaved with your mother. And you women going to behave with your husband exactly like you saw your mother behaving with your father, unless you decided deliberately that I am not going to behave like that, and you psyched yourselves and oriented yourselves, trained yourselves for years not to repeat that. Parents are living their children's future life. That's the way God meant it to be. So good families perpetuate usually, and bad families also. Most divorces come from broken families. Most divorces come from broken families. Or the family is very good, husband and wife, parents are excellently good, loving. Even when problems come, big problems come, those children will never think of divorce, because such a thing cannot cross their mind, because they have seen their parents living lovingly for years and go through difficult situations. But in broken families where the mother walks away, runs away, and all those situations when problems come, the options are very easy. Let's get over it. Forget about it. That's all. Most all the rowdies and the gundas of our societies come from broken families. Occasionally, maybe from a good family, somebody turned out bad, but they're very, very rare. They all come from bad families. A father who beats his wife and the children see it, they have no sensitivity towards these matters, and any differences come and wow, they go, because they have seen it all the time. And where a mother, wife throwing things at the father and abusive language and all these things, any differences come, the same thing they do, that's a natural thing. But where the couple are so sensitive, careful in talking, using their language, they never raise their voices. If one raises their voice, the other comes down and go to the room and, maybe pray. Or walks over to the husband or the wife and say, I'm sorry. I lost my temper, forgive me. Well, children grow up in those families, when they get married, basically, the human weakness may sometimes makes them to shout, but immediately they come to their mind how the father goes and apologizes or the mother goes and say, I'm sorry, they do the same thing. That's why I said, parents are living the lives of their children. So for that reason, if you think your parents are not living a model life, then though the chances that are that you will imitate, but if you carefully decide that no, I'm not going to shout at my wife, or I'm not going to shout at my husband when I get married like that. I'm not going to behave like that. So hard work starts much earlier, and all through the marriage it keeps going. Oh, who wants to do the hard work? Lazy people don't want to do hard work, right? It's a lot more easier to shout and beat and run away and throw whatever comes and abusive language, and then for not to speak for half a day, and that becomes more natural. So we're talking about how we can have good meaningful marriage. So hard work. Yes. Well, you be the man of the dream, and you be the man of the woman of the dream. And then you write down your dream. This is not the dream that you dream when you go to bed in the night, and this is the dream that soberly you are thinking. Yes. Now who said, I have a dream for India. I have a dream for my family life. You write down your dreams. What do you want? Good things very seldom come accidentally. Occasionally some scientists will come across something and an invention or a discovery by accident, but usually not. You work for it. So you be the ideal woman of the dream, the ideal man, and you work towards it. So the question that I wanted to ask you at the outset is, are you that ideal man of your dream? Are you the ideal woman of your dream? If you are not the ideal woman, don't dream for an ideal man. It never works out. It will only spoil. If you are not the ideal man, don't dream of an ideal. All men who mess around with so many ladies, they always dream of a virgin for their wife. Wow. What a dream. And girls also do the same thing. It never works out. God is not on your side in your dreams, Yes. The Lord is in the business usually of providing compatible matches. So you want a better husband, then you be a better wife. You want a better wife, then you be a better husband. Yes, that's it. Most of the men are selfish, most of the women are selfish. A man sees a beautiful woman. Why? He says, go up to her and say, I love you. Oh, that's very strange. Why you love me? What is love? He is simply saying, you beautiful, you allow me to exploit your beauty. That's what he meant to say. Will you ever walk over to a woman with a lot of, blemishes and scars and all those things and maybe other deformities, and you are very healthy and in good shape? You walk over to say that, lady, I love you, can I marry you? And why you marry me? Because I want to seek the highest good. Most men may not like you, but the Lord has given me a lot of, a good health, and I'm handsome and I have a lot of money, and I wanted to give it to you to make your life meaningful. I'm not saying you should say that, by the way. I'm not saying. But if somebody say that, then I will say that, okay, that statement has meaning, Most of the people, it's a point of view exploitation, That's all. It's not genuine love one another. No. And such marriages seldom last also. Because very soon the selfishness start coming out. The other person then slowly realizing this man is not a gentleman. He's a rascal who only wanted to exploit what I have. Or he will find out that this girl is not honest, her intentions were very much different. So if I ask you, are you that ideal man, are you that ideal girl, woman? The answer is yes. Well, I will say that maybe you don't know what's the ideal. But if you say that I don't know, or no, I don't think I am, then you have hope. Because you can start working. If you ask me, tell me, how could I become like that man of the dream? How can I become like that woman of the dream? The answer is sincere and honest hard work. Yes. good marriages and good family lives are not accidental. Deliberate, honest, sincere, hard work is required to create a man or a woman like the one of your dream. A lot of chiseling, a lot of filing, lot of planing and lot of polishing are required to produce a model man or a model woman. Most people are like two pieces of wood, For that two pieces of the wood to brought together and so that put together, and everybody will think that this is just one piece of wood, sawn from a big tree. That's the success of it. And that's the success of it. Well, it will take a lot of cutting the edges and piling and planing and all that thing. And the amount of work the carpenter will do, and then again, no, and then come a point where they will, put the glue on. Well, most people will say that, boy, that's beautiful, isn't it? Look, just like one plank. That's what is called a good marriage life. But who will do this planing and the filing and the cutting and the chiseling and all those things? Who will do it? You will do it yourself. I say somebody has to do it. Naturally, your parents will start doing it, but are they doing it? Are they? Do they have that in mind? One day, this my daughter has to be put with another man, and they must, the two shall become one. The two shall become one. Or your parents saying, this my son one day has to be united with a woman, and the two shall become one without any friction, any problem. So parents have to start their hard work, to be honest. We have raised our 5 children by God's grace. They are all happily married. Again, praise be to God. We never had to deal with any family problem in their lives. That's because, I'd say, God's grace. That's the answer is, to be honest, not because of mine and graces, but we had this in our mind. We have done a lot of chiseling. Lot of chiseling. Yes. The boys were trained to be givers, not takers. The women were taught to be submissive, never to be bossy. I have 2 sons. We have 2 sons and 3 daughters. One of my sons is the youngest, so naturally 3 girls above him, So even as he was 4 years old, that if any of your sisters come and hurt you, so I don't want a boy who is beaten by girls. I want you to grow up as a man. I don't feel bad about me. I have never beaten my wife, never, not even thought of it. The question is, so girls knew that daddy's permission is there. If they go to fight with him, they will come. And if he hits, they come cry, say that, why do you go fight with the boy? You girls fight each other. Yes. When I will share a lot from our family, forgive me. When my eldest son was 10 year old, 12 year old, we put him in a place called Ooty. Because we just came from States and they didn't know Malayalam, they didn't know Hindi, they only knew English and this and that. And we tried to put them, 1 year we put them in the local schools. That was a tragedy, So I took him and put him in Ooty. So after 4 months he came home on a 10 days holiday. So he's a young boy, only 12-year-old boy. So as soon as he came and said, son, what did you bring for your younger sisters and brother and for your daddy and mommy? He was surprised. He said, Dad, I didn't bring anything. He said, no, you can't do that. That's not allowed in this family. You are the elder brother. When you come, you have to buy something. Maybe a little pencil, maybe a little rubber, doesn't matter. Maybe a little chocolate for you. But you cannot walk into this home and pay. Money is mine. You ask me, I'll give it. But buying is your right. Well, that in our family, it's always like that. Always. When the birthday comes, all 5 sisters and 5 brother-in-laws, some sister-in-laws, and all nephews, nieces, father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, everybody has to send a gift or a check. Even if it is only 5 rupees or $5, doesn't matter. It cannot be forgotten with I love you. And that has been our... Because if at that age, if I do not train him to be a giver and take, one who cares for the younger ones, you think that when he is married, he will do it? He won't do it. It's a small lesson, but it's a big lesson. It's a big lesson. Always be. So to become the man of your dream is not very easy. I had this funniest experience in a family. We were living in a city called Pala, which is a very bad city. Anyway, one night I was not there. I usually go, come by 11 o'clock, and a young man in his 30s came and knocked on the door. And my wife, children were there. My eldest son was in the hostel. So son was not there. Then, my second daughter was also not there. She was also in the hostel. Then the third child, fourth and fifth were there. The youngest boy was only 7 or 8 years old. So this man, now my wife opened and simply immediately asked, Sir, no. He just got in, sat down. Sir said, when Sir will come? Said, 11 o'clock. I go only after Sir comes. This behavior gave the impression that he is not normal. Immediately. There was something wrong. So my wife politely, it's 9 o'clock, so asked her, do you have something to eat? She said, no. So my wife, offered supper. So then, the way he sat down and said, don't you put any chili in this curry? Well, my wife said, that's all the chili we put. You have any green chili here? Yes. She brought 2. Only 2? Why did you bring half a dozen? So my wife, said that, well, my husband never talks to me like this. Who is this guy anyway? So he ate it and then, where is your bathroom? He said, there. Give me a bucket. I said, why? Want to wash some clothes? I said, no. In this home, you're not going to wash clothes in the bathroom when the husband is not here. So it was becoming 10 o'clock, the girls were all, my wife was also a little upset and my girls were also scared. Who is this guy? They have never seen it. So my son, 8-year-old son, told the mother and said, I am the man here. You all go. I'll take care of it. Malayalathil parayum. ഞാൻ ഇവിടുത്തെ പുരുഷൻ. ഞാൻ നോക്കിക്കോളാം. നമ്മളൊക്കെ പോയി കിടന്നു. So my wife said, this is what he said, and I was very young. When I came, I knew this man. Actually, he's a believer from another church. He has a little bit mental problem. Some of the time he's in the mental hospital, but otherwise he's not a person who will do anything. But this is the sort of thing. So, What I meant to say is that from your childhood, the sense that you are a man, you are responsible for your mother, your parents, your sisters, that idea of being a man, being responsible, and to guard your family must be given to the boys. And the same way, the idea of loving and submissive and caring, that sort of an idea must be given to the girls. So if your eye is on